You ever have one of those experiences where you're like, what the F did I just watch? Not in a bad way, not in a this was trash kind of way, but more like, did that just open a portal in my brain that I didn't know existed? That's what happened with Eddington. Ari Aster, the dude who gave us Hereditary and Midsommar, has officially left the horror lane. Or maybe not. Maybe he just redefined what horror is. Because Eddington is like if the good, the bad, and the ugly dropped acid, lost its mind in the desert, and came out the other side whispering secrets from another dimension. I watched it twice before I even started talking about it, man. Because the first time I couldn't tell if I liked it. I just knew I couldn't stop thinking about it. That's the Aster effect. He doesn't make movies you like. He makes movies that grab your soul with greasy fingers and squeeze until something inside you changes. So picture this. A desolate western town, dust in the wind, a sheriff who's clearly unraveling at the seams. Eddington isn't even really a town anymore. It's more like a mirage of a place. One saloon, one church, and the rest just echoes. Ghosts, and the people, broken, traumatized, worn thin by time and pain and God knows what else. But here's the thing that really Ed me up. This isn't your dad's Western. This ain't John Wayne, bro. This is Nietzsche in cowboy boots. This is a meditation on morality, madness, violence, and isolation, all set against a landscape that feels as barren as the human soul when it's lost all meaning. It's like No Country for Old Men had a panic attack, took ayahuasca, and decided to self-destruct. And the performances? Jesus. I don't even know where to begin. The lead, this guy who plays Sheriff Eli Mercer, he's not acting. That dude's channeling something. He's hollowed out. You can see the weight of guilt on his face like it's a second skin. There's a scene, and I swear to God, I've replayed it 10 times. He's just sitting at the edge of his bed, smoking, staring into nothing, and you can feel the entire goddamn movie shifting around him. He's not speaking, but the silence is louder than gunfire. That's what Ari Aster gets right. Silence, stillness, dread. That crawling, skin-prickling dread that doesn't jump scare you, it haunts you. There's one character, this preacher, Father Callum. He might be one of the most disturbing figures I've seen in film in the last decade. And not because he's loud or violent, but because you don't know if he's insane, possessed, enlightened, or all three. He speaks in these cryptic parables, half scripture, half madness. And you find yourself hanging on to every word like it might reveal the truth. But the deeper you go into what he's saying, the more you realize there is no truth. There's only perspective. And it's dark as F. At some point in the movie, you stop trying to figure out what's happening and just surrender. And that's rare these days. Most movies hold your hand. They give you exposition, give you backstory, give you a neat little 3-act structure. Not here. Aster doesn't give a damn about your expectations. He throws you in the dirt and says, crawl. And the whole time, you're trying to find the path, but there isn't one. There's only dust, blood, and the things you brought into the theater with you, your trauma, your fears, your longing for justice or redemption. That's the real horror, seeing yourself in this world, seeing that you too might snap under the weight of it. It reminded me of something Duncan Trussell said once on the podcast about the desert being this ancient place of revelation and madness. And that's exactly what Eddington feels like. A vision quest, a dark night of the soul. You go in thinking you're watching a Western, you come out wondering if God is dead or if he just doesn't care anymore. I mean, look, there are moments in this film that are just visceral. There's a gunfight scene that's so chaotic, so loud, so messy, you feel like you're inside it, not choreographed, not clean, just raw violence. People scream, blood sprays, and then silence, deafening silence. That's real. That's what violence is. It's not beautiful. It's horrifying. And it doesn't answer anything. If anything, it raises more questions. Like, what did we just kill for? Was it justice? Was it revenge? Was it just inevitability? Ari Aster doesn't care about tidy answers. He cares about unraveling the myth of the hero, the myth of the outlaw, the myth of America even. He strips it all away and shows you the bones underneath, and the bones are crooked. There's also this recurring image, a dead tree in the middle of the desert, always in the background, always looming, and it's not explained, but goddamn, if it doesn't feel like a symbol, like death, like memory, like a marker that says this is where something ended or maybe where something began. You see that tree in your dreams after the movie. You feel it watching you. And the sound design, Holy hell. I don't know who did it, but give that person an Oscar. It's not just about what you hear, it's about what you feel through sound. The hum of cicadas that never stops. The distant thunder that never turns into rain. The way footsteps echo like gunshots in an empty town. It's unnerving. You feel like you're hallucinating even though you're stone cold sober. Well, I wasn't sober. I had a couple of mushroom chocolates, but still, point stands. Now, let me tell you about the ending without spoiling it, because honestly, I don't even know if it can be spoiled. The final 20 minutes are pure madness. Reality starts to unravel. Time stops making sense. People speak in riddles. Faces change. The desert becomes a dream or a nightmare, or maybe both. And you're left with this overwhelming sense of loss, not sadness, not tragedy, just loss, like something ancient died and you don't even know its name. I sat there when it ended in silence and just breathed, like I'd been holding my breath the whole time. And then I laughed, not because it was funny, but because that's the only thing you can do when a film short circuits your brain like that. You laugh, you try to explain it to your wife, you fail, you text your buddies, you Google fan theories. But none of it really helps because Eddington isn't meant to be explained, it's meant to be felt deep in your gut, in that lizard brain that still remembers what it's like to be hunted by wolves. I don't know if this is Ari Aster's masterpiece. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just the beginning. But I do know this. Nobody else is making movies like this. Nobody else has the balls to throw the rule book out the window and trust the audience to get it or not. Either way, he doesn't care. He's not here to entertain. He's here to confront. And that's what Eddington is, a confrontation between past and present, between man and God, between sanity and madness, between who we think we are and who we really are when the lights go out. You know what's funny? I think a lot of people are going to hate this movie. They're going to walk out. They're going to say it's slow, pretentious, confusing, and they're not wrong. But if you meet the film halfway, if you surrender to it, if you let it take you into the heart of its storm, you'll come out the other side changed. Not better, not worse, just different. And isn't that what art's supposed to do? So yeah, Eddington, Ari Aster, modern Western, existential horror, cowboy fever dream, biblical meltdown, pick your poison. But don't watch it expecting to be entertained. Watch it expecting to be undone.